Ever felt broke? Not leaving tips in the restaurant. Always buying the cheapest meals, the cheapest clothes, the cheapest hotels. Always sorting everything by the cheapest. Not because you are frugal, but because you don't have enough. These are the result of a broke mindset and habits. And I struggled with it for 27 years. And finally, last month, at the age of 27, I shattered them. I broke my program. And I want to share my story and the lessons with you. Most of the advice say, don't buy $6 coffee in Starbucks and don't buy designer shoes. Save 10% of your income. Maybe this works in your country. But here, it's different. So let's play a game. I'll describe my country that I live in and you'll guess which country that is, okay? We always are in luck. We despite our government. Our government is not helping us. It's against us. We always envy our neighbors. Not only our country neighbors, but also the guy who lives next door. He bought a new car, he must be a thief. We are constantly counting money, not having enough. We are afraid of the future and we wish that the past glory will come again. Do you know which country that is? Yes, you are right. This is actually true about many countries. And it's not a country problem, it's a global mindset issue. So let's change it right now. Yes, right now. You, yes, you. You watch this video because you want to break your broke mindset. So this is it. Take a piece of paper right now. This will be interactive. This is the future of YouTube. So take a piece of paper right now. Yes, right now. So at the center, put in the big letters, official decision. Date it, put your city. It will be your official agreement with yourself. I will show you exactly what to write. Because I realized there are two kinds of broke mindsets. One type is a big spenders. They are afraid to have money in their pocket. When they get some, they are quick to spend it, so they are always in luck. But we will talk about the different type today, the miserable saver. That's me. With the fear of not having enough, we save every penny, always opting for the cheapest option. We are paralyzed of the idea of not having enough money, but even more, we are paralyzed of making money, buying and paying with our own comfort. And this is not done by the choice, it's done because of fear. My family prioritized saving over comfort. We would share a single drink in a restaurant for 5 people. We never spent on a taxi to the airport. We always bought the cheapest clothes, the cheapest meals. It exceeded also to the investments. The idea of investing without the assurance of getting it back, it was a foolish idea. It was too risky. There was a deep-seated belief that making money is near impossible and definitely blocked for us. And in my home, money was not evil. We liked money, money was cool. But the people with the big money, they were sinister. It was also reinforced by the negative portrayal of those big ego guys, huge athletes like Cristiano Ronaldo or Djokovic, who cried after a lost match or throw the tennis racket to the ground. We mocked them, we laughed at them. We didn't hate them, of course we loved them, but we loved them a little bit less. So being 18 years old, I ventured into the world without money aspirations. I never saw myself as someone wealthy or worth success. Money was on the other side. Money was an afterthought. Money was something that was just not meant for me. And I didn't care. Money for me was shallow. So I settled for low-paying jobs, always feeling like I was worth the bare minimum. So it changed only when I started working in sales. So I started in low-paying sales jobs, always earning the bare minimum still, and my managers would boast about making millions and thousands. But reality was different. Salesmen were expected to handle objections even though the product was subpar. And we got to just go around many objections. So the best salesmen were those who could manipulate, lie, hide something, be confident in the product, and for me it was not so ethical. So I always lacked the true belief in myself as a salesman. So as you can guess, I was not making a lot of money out of this. But despite not earning much, my aspirations were top world level. For me, myself, I was top tier, the biggest scale possible. In my mind, I was the most successful guy on the planet. Potentially wise, of course. And I wanted to be the best at sales. I wanted to make it big time, world level. So I devoured many books like Way of the Wolf by Jordan Belfort, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I always dreamt about big money, successful sales, and wealth. And there was this word, entrepreneur, and this idea stuck in my head. Yeah, one day I would like to have my own company. I would like to sell some products of mine. I could do some services. It was a nice thought, and it seemed like a cool path. But it was blocked. I didn't know what to sell and how to start. I was just like, yeah, someday it would be cool, but it's not the time. Yeah, maybe someday. But somewhere deeply in my mind, there was this voice, this golden figure. This is not for us, precious. This is not for us. And I said, okay, that's okay. It was far away. Maybe someday, yeah, that would be cool. Envisioning myself as an entrepreneur, but never taking any steps towards it. And 9-to-5 grind felt like a prison to me. Trapped in this sales office, looking through the window, dreaming that I could be outside, expressing my creativity and making money from it. That seemed far away and nearly impossible. Just blocked. This is not for me. Others could do this, but what value I can bring? Nothing. And my financial situation was dire. I was constantly in debt, borrowing from my sister and from my friends, dreaming big about breaking the bank in sales jobs, but with the lack of faith in myself and in the product, I was earning all the time the bare minimum. And no matter how much I cut off my expenses, I was always struggling. My ambition though was on fire. I felt like a tiger chained not only by the 9-to-5 low-paying job, but also like a beast tamed by the invisible power. Trying so hard and putting so much effort, I felt like the universe was conspiring against me. So a new chapter began only when I moved from Poland to Iceland. In Iceland, in the normal 9-to-5 job, I tripled my income. And this was wow! It was still low for Icelandic standards, but for me, it was a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And I wanted to harvest it as much as I can, doing what I was the best at, saving. So my dream was to accumulate enough money to live in Poland for 1 year without a job and focus only on my creativity, on writing. So in Iceland, I lived frugally. And then I used all of the advice from the internet of cutting expenses. So I decreased my levels of spending to almost zero. No car, no clothes, no dates, not going out, not hanging out with friends, nothing. I was living only with a bare minimum, creating and saving as much as I could for the future happiness. I was living for the future goal. Some call it delayed gratification. Yeah, powerful stuff. But how about delayed happiness? I think I was just scared. So after working on Iceland for 2 years, I come back to Poland with the money saved for 1 year. I was ready to write my books and truly live. Well, free from 9-to-5 grind, I was poised to unleash my creativity. A year of no obligations, just pure creative expressions. And yet, this year was miserable. Despite having the months of earnings, fear consumed me. Even though I had money, I was worrying about the day the money will be gone. Because I knew once it is gone, I will have to come back to the low-paying jobs. And the idea of making money was completely out of my mind. It was blocked, it was not for me, it was impossible. So every day was marked by anxiety of the future. Then I discovered magic. The idea that by visualizing and immersing yourself in the feeling, your goal and dream will be manifested for you. And this was a perfect solution for my broke mindset. So I pondered, what symbol would represent breaking my financial barriers? The answer, 1967 red Mustang Fastback. So I surrounded myself with the pictures, I wrote affirmations, I recorded visualizations, and I was listening to it every day for half a year. Being afraid of a date that my money will be gone, but trying to keep the faith that the money will be there at the right time. It didn't work. I had to go back into low-end sales job. Despite my efforts with law of attraction, the 1967 red Mustang remained a dream. And a lot of people told me that I tried too hard. that I should let the flow go on its own. But this is not true. I tried to be perfect with the art of not trying to be perfect, if you know what I mean. I manifested other things in my life, but money was not one of them. So I'm back in sales, and this time I'm determined to succeed even more. I wanted to break the cycle, but still it felt like that it is impossible for me. Same effort, same struggles, same low-paying sales jobs with the dream of someday. So in July 2022, I felt a huge urge to change. Every couple of months, I would have this realization that I would like to change something, and I did. But this time, it was different. I was so frustrated with my results and with my patterns that I decided that I will make it different this time. So I checked on YouTube how to make money online, and I decided to make my own company. And what's the best idea to make money online? Yes. Drawing from my experience of writing 2 novels, I decided on a niche of book writing. I wanted to sell courses to book writers. But selling to the minimalistic artists, writers with the writer's block, I did not enjoy it at all. Next months passed by, hopping from one sales job to another, each one starting with a huge motivation and then being disappointed again. And despite my experience in sales, I was not making real money. I was drowning in debts and I was miserable. But amidst all this, my YouTube channel was the one thing that I got right. I launched my YouTube channel in November 2022, juggling it with my sales jobs. And I celebrated every small win, playing on the smallest scale possible. For 8 months, I was stuck at 4 subscribers, literally 4 subscribers. It may seem insignificant, but for me, every view was a win. I remember comparing the video who got 32 views instead of 18 views. And I remember calculating this, wow, it's a 55% difference. Amazing. Each view was a testament to my passion and my true path. So when they fired me from my sales job in the May 2023, I took the real decision. I said, thank you very much, but never fucking again. At the age of 27, with multiple failed sales attempts, I was fueled by frustration so high that I was so determined to make it big this time, no matter what.
Let's just be real. Nobody wants to work a fucking 9 to 5.
Meet and Co. His philosophy resonated deeply with me because he had the answers with everything I was struggling with. So I consumed all of his content, each video, and I was so inspired by this guy that I decided that I will make the video about him. And this video was my breakthrough. From getting nearly 100 views, suddenly it skyrocketed to 25,000 views. This was my turning point. Even without monetization, even without any money made yet, I knew. I felt valued. I felt people appreciate my work. That I felt finally that with my art and my true artistic expression, even on the amateur level, I can make something that people enjoy watching. August 2023 was my month of change. Before, I was tracking my spendings with every penny, but the real shift happened when I started tracking my income. So every day, I put the amount, how much I made today. So my goal was to make $1 today, and for 3 weeks, I was putting 0, 0, 0, 0. So after 3 weeks of looking at those zeros, I got so frustrated that I went into real action mode. And finally, a breakthrough. I made $8 on Upwork for 1 minute of editing trial. The guy did not hire me full time, but I made it. I accomplished my goal that I struggled with for 27 years. It was a switch in my mind that I can make money, a freedom switch. And I accomplished my goal written on a piece of paper, and I exceeded it by 800%. So this was a switch in my head, a freedom switch. Last month, I made around $900 freelancing. It's not a fortune, but right now in my head, I know I can make money, and I am valuable enough to charge money for my passion. And 1 year from now, I would not believe it's possible for me. So now you, yes you watch this video because you want to change something. So take the action now. Yes. So write on the piece of paper, I, your name. So I, Francis Baranski, I make $1 today. Yes, today and the day. Date it, put the city, put your signature, because this is a official document of yourself. It's not just a piece of paper, it's official agreement, and you are your accountability partner. Because the recipe is like this, not $10,000 in the future, but $1 today. Start small and track your income. Don't focus on spending money, focus on making money. Because it's not about the amount, it's about dropping broke mindset. And finally, leaving a tip in the restaurant. Peace.